We deserve more today as the result, because I think we had more chances, more shots on goal. In the end, we gave them one situation in the second half, or maybe two, where they scored one beautiful goal, and the rest was more for us. But we couldn't manage to score today, and this was the difference today.
VAR had a good look at a possible handball inside the penalty area, but nothing doing in the end against Scott McTominay.
It wasn't one handball, it was actually 3 times a ball on the hand in the situation, and when this is not a hand, then it's not a hand. What should I say?
The win against Liverpool gave us a lot of belief, because they know they can compete with the best team in the world. But against other teams, you have to compete in the Premier League. You have to fight. And we did much better than the last game against Brentford, once again. But now we know that. But still, and in the start of the season, to getting these results, that is really tough. And there's hard work. And everyone has to be conscious of that. Everyone in the squad.
Yes, as you said, it's a very different challenge from Monday night's game against Liverpool, but it was vital, really, that they ended that awful away run of results.
Yeah, because it was awful. And today's performance was about just building on that result and also taking steps in the right direction for Manchester United to find a way of playing, to find some confidence in themselves after the start to the season that they've had. And I thought today what they did really well was when they did come under pressure after going 1-0 up, they plugged the gaps really well. They've shown a togetherness as a group also. And there was some nice partnerships building and developing within the group as well. I thought the position that McTominay, picked up in this situation on numerous occasions, just slotting in behind next to his 2 centre-halves, just helping out there. And then you had this situation here where Jadon Sancho and Malacia are together down this left-hand side, saying, you're not coming down here. We're gonna double up on you and make life even more difficult for you, force you back. Rashford then kind of like pitches in and there was just a lot of this happening because Southampton were very good and created a lot of chances, and probably if they had a little bit more of a clinical edge to them, might have nicked it, but United just made it difficult. Look at McTominay's positioning there, just in between Martinez and Varane, just a little bit more security. The captain, Fernandes, after getting his goal, helping out also. I just thought all round, they looked more together and they looked like a group of players who were desperately wanting to win this game. Casemiro releasing himself in, no shots are going to be coming in late on, and this is like last minute of the game. Big pressurised moments, they're hanging on. He's already showing the qualities that he's going to be bringing to the table. We know what he can bring, but I just thought it was a really different performance from United, but one that they desperately needed.
Yeah. There wasn't much in the game, Ian, but should Southampton have had a penalty, and do you think it was influenced by last week's decision that we saw with Dean?
Yeah,
and we can see that. Actually, we're going to show that first.
This
to remind you.
To be honest, this wrong, because that shouldn't have been.
Yeah, close proximity.
Yeah, that shouldn't have been a penalty.
Yeah.
And to be honest, they probably got this one right this week, because as much as I thought Southampton deserved something out of the game, for them to have got it for that would have been a little bit unjust.
You
because
could say, I mean, the complaint is there's a couple of times he hit his arms, but
it's consistency.
But it's close proximity.
Exactly. How's Stevie Gerrard feeling? Because
this is basically them admitting they got it wrong last week, isn't it?
Yes, but that doesn't help Aston Villa.
Anyone, is it?
Aston Villa, don't get it wrong. You can't get it wrong. Can't get that wrong.
Well, we all make mistakes.
No, they shouldn't be making mistakes. That's what VAR's there for. VAR helps with everything. We're taking all that away. They shouldn't be making that kind of mistake now. It's a ridiculous mistake.
Eric, that's a precious 3 points. We knew it was going to be a different challenge to Monday, but how do you think the team performed today?
I think they learned some lesson from Brentford, quite clear. We are just more compact on their long balls, so that was quite good. Of course, we are really happy with this result, and also the goal we make, and we create some 1, 2, 3 more really good chances. But you hope that you keep more control in the last 30 minutes of the game.
The first half, were you finding it very difficult to get through, finding that pass? Did you have to change things at half-time?
It was, but we don't forget, before half-time, we already had the biggest chance of the game. And it was 3-in-1 play, and it was really well played. So about that, I was satisfied, and I think also at the start of the game, when we had some better decisions in switch of play, we could have created more. But that is the start of the season. It's tough, and you have to get into the season, and you have to fight, and you have to battle, and we did that today, and then you get rewarded, and I'm happy with that.
And the goal was quality from Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, but not only from Bruno, the finish quite clear. Eh? Don't get me wrong, it was fantastic finish, and I'm really happy for him. His first goal of the season, so that is really good. But I think we played I think it was the best part of us. Straight after halftime, when we kept control, was also Rashford was more often the target, and that is what we demand in the halftime. Be more target, and we can play over you, and you saw that. Then you get movement around, and I think we created straight after halftime 3 really good chances, and that is how I see football, how I want us to play.
Some scary moments towards the end, but we have players like Casemiro to come on now. There's incredible quality there.
Yeah, but they know how to deal with the situation. But still, I think, but that is next steps. Room for improvement, that you control more, that you break more, or you keep better position in such stages of the game. But we are not that long in our way as every team in the season. But there we can improve, clear.
Transfer window closes this week. Do we expect anything? Will we see Cristiano Ronaldo beyond that as well?
I cannot say that. And we plan with him, or we stick to that plan. And if our good play is available, we will strike. And because we want to strengthen the squad always, and we will be alert till the last second of the window clear.
Thanks, Eric. Thank you.
Off a great move, Seema. It was great. You know, the passing was accurate, movement off the ball, great cross, and I just loved the finish. It was actually a good run as well from Marcus Rashford. He takes the play, he creates all the space that Bruno Fernandes needs. Look at that near post run, and then Fernandes at the back post. He's got loads of room. It looked like he had a big area to hit, but it's not an easy finish on the volley, and it was made to look easy. Brilliant goal, brilliant team goal. Manchester United weren't as slick as they were against Liverpool, but it was a totally different challenge. They were never going to be able to play counter-attacking football like they could on Monday night. And that's the beauty of the Premier League. It throws up different challenges every week, but they passed the test. As their manager said, it was a battle, but 3 points at the end of it is a big week for them.
We also saw Casemiro in a Manchester United shirt for the first time. He came on for the last 10 minutes. Are you excited to see what he will bring to this Manchester United side, Farah?
Yeah, I am. He's played in a Real Madrid team, a top team with top players for so many years, 5 times Champions League winner. So it'll be interesting what he can bring to this Man United team, a struggling Man United team at the moment. Can his experience really help players around him? We've seen he's quite an aggressive player. And right now, Man United don't have that in the middle. So he could be somebody that could be key, just sitting in front of that back four in terms of breaking up play. And we've just seen he's quite composed on the ball. You know, we saw, as I mentioned, a couple of good touches, and what he's capable of doing is where we can do it on a consistent basis in the Premier League.
Certainly brings that winning mentality to that dressing room. Let's talk Cristiano Ronaldo. He did come on as well from the bench. Will he be a Manchester United player next week?
That is the big question. Not long now until the transfer window shuts, so if there's something going to happen, they'll be working round the clock as we speak, I would think. Manchester United play on Thursday as well, so they've got, they've got to keep an eye on that game. They can't let the preparations slip. But I think it could happen. I really think this one's a toss of a coin. I don't think he's going to be happy just playing bit part, in this team. And let's get it right. I know they've won the last 2 games, but he's good enough to, even now, good enough to walk into any team. So, he'll be looking at it thinking, really? I'm not good enough to play in this team that's been struggling for so long? It will be frying his head. And if that's going to be the case going forward, then I'm sure he'll want a new challenge.
Yeah, another huge 3 points as far as United is concerned. Great goal from Bruno Fernandes. You love the technical aspect behind it, Steve.
Well, I thought it was the best move of the whole game, and I was glad it ended in a goal because it made you focus on it. But the movement beforehand, the passing, all this was really nice play. Alanga, I thought, was excellent in this second half, driving forward into Sancho to Dalot. Great movement from Rashford, as Bruno mentioned.
Sometimes this happens, but we won. We're really happy. Doesn't matter if it's away or at home. We want to win every game. So that's what's about to play for Man United.
Thanks, Bruno. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, another huge 3 points as far as United is concerned. Great goal from Bruno Fernandes. You love the technical aspect behind it, Steve. Well,
I thought it was the best move of the whole game, and I was glad it ended in a goal because it made you focus on it. But the movement beforehand, the passing, all this was really nice play. Alanga, I thought, was excellent in this second half, driving forward into Sancho to Dalot. Great movement from Rashford, as Bruno mentioned in that interview, to drag him away from away from him to the near post, and his finish was exemplary, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's where we see his run, Rashford. He just clears the space there for Bruno. Not an easy technique. The ball's coming at him quite fast. He's got to adapt his almost change his legs as he's running as well. But that was the big area, wasn't it? It's easier said than done, though, but he's absolute perfection. Brilliant finish to round off a great move.
Yeah, there are moments in the game that you need to up the tempo. Is that what United did there? They found the next gear to make that goal possible.
Well, absolutely. You know, for a goal to go in like that, I mean, it's not easy to make a passing goal like that. You know, goals come from set pieces, they come from mistakes, you know, there might be a bit of magic. But for everybody to be bump, 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 you know, a great passing goal and then rounded off with a finish, they're not easy. But they are what you work on the training ground. So I think that'll delight the manager, Ten Hag, seeing a goal like that. And it was worthy of winning the game, certainly.
I'm not quite sure if this would delight Ten Hag. That was their last shot on goal for United on 55 minutes. Will that disappoint him?
No, because the way they're playing at the moment is, as I mentioned before, is not the Manchester United of old, where they pile forward and make chance after chance and score. This was a game of counter-attacking football. This was a game of get the first goal, which they did, and then they just sat back and defended. And actually, the only negative part was the fact that they sat back a lot. And Southampton dominated the last 30 minutes and had a right few chances, actually. And United could have conceded. They've held on and they got the 3 points, which is great. He'll be happy that they've got a clean sheet and that they defended very well, very stoutly yet again. But yes, you don't want to be hanging on for 30 minutes, giving the opportunity to the opposition to have a chance and then have another chance and another chance. He will like to push further up the field. But they're making small steps. After the first couple of games and after the Brentford debacle, Monday was one step. Today, you know, ridding that run of away losses, getting a clean sheet, it's another small step forward.
Yeah. Was there a possible shout for a penalty for Southampton? I was going to say for a handball shout on Scott McTominay, but there's two handball shouts here.
Well, first of all, to answer your question, yes, there was a definite shout. This will probably split opinion, I would have thought. I certainly thought the first handball situation there was more so than there, but he touched it with both arms. I just think that he's so close. I mean, he's got no way of avoiding it. Your arms are in a natural position because that's where they are.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't trying to catch the ball. He wasn't trying to stop it.
Yeah.
His arms were
when
in a
you're running,
position.
you have to move. You know, it's just natural as most.
And he's like, what, a foot away? A yard away max? It's a foot away.
Is that the unnatural position?
Well, it is, because he's running back and he's looking at it. He's looking at the forward, Shea Adam, and he's trying to dictate where he's going to go with the balls. But you know, you can't play football your hands by your side all the time. So I'm with Michael. That will split. Everybody will say, or 50-50 will say it's a penalty. We know if the referee would have given a penalty, it wouldn't have been overturned. It would have stayed a penalty because his arms are out and it's hit him. But I understand as a footballer, and when you are in the throes of a game, that you can't play with your hands at the side. Your arms have to be out sooner or later when you're running. So I'm more than happy for that to have not have been a penalty and to stay with the referee's decision, to be very honest.
Second clean sheet in 15 for Manchester United. It looks like Ten Hag could well have now come across his first choice back four. Question is now, where does that leave the club captain, Harry Maguire?
Well, and he's now got a bit of protection as well with Casemiro signing. So I think that whole situation is looking good at the moment. Where does it leave Maguire? I mean, he's got a real decision to make, hasn't he? Or maybe he's not got a decision. But what he has got is a World Cup, you know, in a couple of months. And he's an integral part of the England team. So he'll be thinking, I want to get back in the Man United team. But my World Cup place as well is up in the air. So really interesting. He's the club captain. You know, he might be thinking, oh, could I go on loan somewhere and whatever? But Manchester United, I can't imagine they're going to let him go out on loan.
Not going to let him go on loan.
Especially being the club captain. He's a positive influence.
The first thing he has to do is he has to ring Gareth Southgate up and say, look, if I don't play from now until the international break in September, am I going to be included? And then that will make your decision moving forward till the World Cup. But you have to know now, because there's 4 or 5 days left of the transfer window. And if he doesn't play from now till September, he cannot be chosen. Surely he can't be chosen if there's centre-backs playing every single week.
So what does your gut tell you is going to happen to him?
I think he'll stay personally.
I think he'll stay,
Just have to ride it out.
Stay.
Yeah.